Imagine carrying a secret so heavy it steals your childhood, a secret you're terrified to speak about because the very person meant to protect you became the reason you stopped feeling safe. Today's story is painful, emotional, and unfortunately more common than many people realize. But it's also a story about survival, courage, healing, and hope. This is the story of a teenage girl named Maya. Maya was 15 years old, quiet, smart, creative, the kind of girl who loved sketching in notebooks and listening to music through old headphones late at night. To outsiders, her family looked normal. Her father was respected in the community. People greeted him with smiles. Teachers called him a responsible parent. Neighbors admired him. But behind closed doors, Maya lived in fear. Every day felt like walking through a storm nobody else could see. She stopped laughing the way she used to. She avoided friends. Her grades started dropping. And every night, she locked her bedroom door hoping to feel safe. But trauma has a way of making even your own home feel unfamiliar. Maya blamed herself. That's what trauma often does. It convinces victims that somehow they are responsible. She asked herself questions no child should ever have to ask. Why me? Did I do something wrong? What if nobody believes me? And perhaps the scariest question of all, what happens if I tell someone? You see, abuse thrives in silence, especially when the abuser is someone trusted. Maya tried to hide her pain. She smiled in school photos. She told friends she was just tired, but inside, she felt completely alone. One day, during class, her teacher noticed bruises on her arm and the sadness in her eyes. Instead of ignoring it, she gently asked, "Are you okay?" Sometimes, one caring question can save a life. At first, Maya said nothing, but deep down, she realized she couldn't keep carrying the pain by herself. A few days later, Maya finally spoke. Her voice shook. Her hands trembled, but this time, she told the truth. Not because she wasn't afraid, but because she was tired of suffering in silence. Sitting inside the counselor's office beside her teacher, Maya stared down at the floor, struggling to find the words. For a moment, all that could be heard was the sound of her quiet breathing. Then finally, through tears, she whispered, "It was my father." The room fell silent. Maya explained how she had been living in fear for a long time. She described how someone she trusted violated her sense of safety, crossed personal boundaries, and made her feel trapped inside her own home. As time passed, the emotional abuse and fear became worse. She explained how she stopped sleeping peacefully, why she always locked her bedroom door, why she became anxious whenever she heard footsteps late at night. Sometimes she was threatened emotionally and made to feel like nobody would believe her if she ever spoke up. "I felt trapped," Maya admitted, "like I was carrying a secret that was destroying me inside." Tears rolled down her face as years of pain finally poured out. Her teacher reached over and held her hand, while the counselor reassured her that none of what happened was her fault. For the first time in years, Maya no longer had to carry the secret alone. The moment was heartbreaking, but it was also powerful. Her teacher immediately contacted professionals trained to help children in danger. Authorities and child protection services stepped in quickly to ensure Maya's safety. Maya was removed from the unsafe environment and placed somewhere secure. Counselors began helping her process the trauma she had carried for so long. Healing didn't happen overnight. There were difficult days filled with anger, confusion, nightmares, and emotional scars that couldn't be seen from the outside. But for the first time in years, Maya could breathe. She began therapy, started drawing again, slowly reconnecting with herself. Because survivors are not weak. Survivors are incredibly strong. Maya's story is fictional, but the reality behind it is very real. Across the world, countless survivors are fighting battles nobody can see. The goal of this video isn't just to tell a story, it's to encourage awareness, empathy, and action, because silence protects abusers, but support protects survivors. If this video moved you, consider sharing it. You never know who might need to hear these words today. And remember, healing is possible, hope is real, and no survivor should ever have to walk alone. If this story touched your heart, take a moment to like, share, and subscribe. You never know who might need to hear a message like this today. By spreading awareness, you could help someone feel less alone and remind survivors that their voices matter. Thank you for watching.